Hey guys, I thought it was about time I busted out my GoPro. It's been a minute. Like many purchases in my life, I buy it with the best of intentions. You know, lots of plans, lots of grandiose plans. I'm going to use it every day, is what I said to myself. Well, unfortunately, there hasn't been a huge amount of extreme sports to video. I haven't gone surfing. I haven't gone snowboarding. Haven't gone skateboarding. I haven't skydived. What else was I going to use it for? Well, I didn't quite think that I'd be using it to make vlogs about quitting alcohol, but here we are. Day 8, Monday the 24th. It is 10:30 in the morning. I am going to the gym. This morning I actually took on an extra shift at work, so I did a 4-hour shift from 4 in the morning till 8. I mentioned it yesterday that I really enjoy getting up in the morning. Once I'm up, I love it. The earlier the better. But unless I've got a reason to get up, I don't. So it's a tough one. This morning I had a reason to get up. I woke up at 4. Had plans of having a nap and then going to the gym possibly later in the afternoon, but I thought, no, I'll smash one of these. If you know, you know. A white monster, and I'm feeling relatively good, so I'm going to go to the gym. I'm going to spend it doing cardio based work. I'm going to jump on the treadmill. I'm going to run 5 kilometers, and I'm going to aim for a pace of around about 5 minutes 30 to 5 minutes 45 per kilometer. So that should take just under 30 minutes. Following that, I'm planning on going on the rower. Following that, I'll finish it off with some spin bike. So I want to be in there for an hour. I want it to be cardio based. I want to turn the legs over. I'm still not ready, I'm still not ready to take on a big leg workout. I'm still not ready to take on your squats or, geez, even lunges or goblet squats or leg press. But when I do, you'll know about it, because that gym has an epic looking pendulum squat machine. And that is something that Anytime Fitness Alice Springs has needed for a very long time. They've got a hack squat, but it's one without the shoulder pads, so you've got to push yourself back into like a pad on your lower back. And for a hack squat, that is terrible. It's absolutely terrible. I feel like the only thing that you can actually train on one of those machines well is your calves. So it's really, really good for calf raises. You know, you have the ball of your foot on the platform, and you've got the heel off of the platform. You can just push yourself up and down. But as far as actually pumping your quads and hamstrings through a squat motion on one of those fucking stupid hack squat machines without the shoulder pads, it's a no-go. But they do have a pendulum squat, which I'm super pumped to use. I mean, I saw it and it just looked absolutely fantastic, but I'm not going to do it today. So it's cardio only, 5Ks minimum, if not 10. I'll be super happy with 5. If I can push through to 10, that will be the complete workout. If I stop at 5, then I'll go to the rower and then I'll finish it off with the spin bike. Either way, yesterday was another successful day. Today will be another one. I've got one thing on my side, is that they don't sell takeaway alcohol here in Alice Springs on Mondays or Tuesdays. So not only do they not open until 3 o'clock in the afternoon, but on Mondays and Tuesdays they don't sell it. So that is me telling you that Alice Springs has a drinking problem without me telling you that Alice Springs has a drinking problem. And I guess I'm part of it. Either way, speaking of drinks, I actually experienced something yesterday that was quite enjoyable. It was quite surprising. It's something that I haven't felt in a long time, and it was a craving for a drink that wasn't alcoholic. I've been drinking mostly water and coffee this entire last week, and it got to the point yesterday after the gym, I was like, you know what, I'm fucking thirsty. And I'm not going to have alcohol, so what can I have? You know, I don't want to go home and drink water. You know, I want a Coke. I want a Coke. I want a Sprite. I want an orange juice. I want something other than water. That's not alcohol. And that is something I have not like craved or wanted or even thought about for a fucking long time. You know, if I'm going to drink a soft drink, you better make sure there's alcohol in it. Well, not this time. I didn't get it yesterday, but I feel like after training today, that's what I'm going to indulge in. That's what I'm going to allow myself to have, is a 600ml bottle of my favorite soft drink. I'm looking forward to it. Either way, off to the gym. See you soon. Another thing that's worth mentioning before I forget is the fact that taking an extra shift, not only an extra shift, but also taking one so early in the morning would have been completely 100% out of the question if I was drinking last night. You know, I wouldn't have even tried. I wouldn't have even entertained the thought. So if you're talking about wins, it may have only been 4 hours, but that's a win.
Next minute.
Oh, 5Ks on the treadmill done. 5Ks in the bank, in the books, under the belt. Really pushed myself at the end there. Went up to 22 Ks an hour for the last 500 or 600 meters, which was a fucking stretch. Got it done. Then I did 2 Ks on the rower in around about 8 minutes. Then I went to the stationary bike, did 10 minutes on there, and now we're off. Oh, now we are off. So a good session, even though I didn't hit legs. A really good session nonetheless. You know, a good sweat out, a good fucking lung buster is never, you know, it's always time well spent, is what I'll say. My face feels as red as a beetroot, and it indeed is as red as a beetroot. I can hardly talk. I've just finished. I've just jumped off the bike, grabbed my bag and jumped in the car. So what I will say is that I've got another package in the mail. I wonder what it could be. I wonder what it could be. Alright guys, that may be the final clip of the day. You know, whilst I was in there, I was thinking, oh, there it is there, by the way. Fucking nice. You know, I was thinking whilst I was on the treadmill, I was like, you know what, man, my mood, like I have some sort of a mood disorder, right? Undiagnosed. I'm not really in touch with all of my symptoms, to be honest, but I have sort of recognized over the years that I do have some sort of mood disorder. I can chop and change. I can be up and down like a yo-yo, in and out like a fiddler's elbow, you could say, but in and out of hobbies and stuff like that is what I mean. But you know, I was thinking, these guys are going to think that I'm really, I guess, energetic and really up and talkative all the time, right? Because I only ever pick up the camera when I'm in a particular mood or when I've got something to say. But as soon as I shut off that camera, it's you know, it's back to normal old Jake. You know, the kind of the undertone of my mood is sort of a down. I'm more of a depressive than a manic. But I do have my manic episodes, and you know, I just wanted to make sure you guys know that it's not all like this. I mean, I am going through psychological withdrawals still. I am trying to push through certain activities, certain things in my life that I've always used alcohol to motivate me for, or you know, push me to do. Break the procrastination part of me. Alcohol seemed to do that. It put me in a mindset where I didn't have any worries anymore, and I could focus on a task, you know what I mean, without having this constant negative chatter in the background. And you know, I know we all have that inner voice. We all have that inner voice, but if your inner voice is negative, then it's a real problem. If it's positive, then I can only imagine the sky's the limit for your ability to reach your hopes and dreams. But if it's negative, you doubt that ability to reach your hopes and dreams, and it manifests in procrastination above all, for me. Either way, guys, I have talked for way too long. I've said far too much, but as I always say, this channel is called It's Okay to Talk, and you know, if I take alcohol out of the equation, the best mood I'm ever in the entire day, apart from when my kids laugh, smile, or you know, surprise me with something new, right? Something new they've learned, or just really just wow me with their development. You know, anything to do with my kids. Apart from that, my kids being good, that is. Apart from that, you know, the best mood I'm ever going to be in on any day of the week is immediately post gym, immediately after my workout, and that is how you find me right now. So the way that I feel right now, nothing could bring me down. Nothing on earth could bring me down, unless it was a real tragedy. But we'll get onto that tomorrow. I've said way too much. I've said that before. I won't say it again. All right, guys. Final clip of the day. Home now. I've calmed down. I'm not feeling as manic. And, you know, my body is feeling it. My body's feeling it. I've trained more in the last week than I have done in the last couple of months. It feels really, really good. And to think back to the way that I felt on like Monday and Tuesday with my back, I mean, I've pretty much completely forgot about it. It just occurred to me when I was getting out of the car to come inside, and I was like, fuck, a week ago, I couldn't even do this. So if anything, guys, I feel really blessed to have seemingly gotten over that really, really quickly. It was you know, it was a shit way to start this, being unable to push myself physically. But here we are, 8 days through, and I've turned it all around. I've turned it around a lot already, you know. And if I wasn't making these videos, if I didn't have 90 days as the target, I'd be starting to say things to myself like, well, you know, you've gotten through a week, well done. You know, I would be congratulating myself, and which I should. I think anyone should, if they've completed something that they thought, well, that they've not been able to for a long time. I feel like that's definitely something to be proud of, and I feel proud about where I'm at the moment. But I'd be starting to say things like, you know, have a drink if you want. And yeah, on the first night, I might have 4 or 5 drinks. But is that going to be enough? No, it won't. I think the only way that I'm going to be able to continue feeling as good as I have done is to only drink on one day for one occasion, one social occasion, for example, be that a birthday, be that a work get-together, what have you. And then get up the next day with no alcohol in the house, you know. This occasion might be going out to a restaurant and having a few drinks, something like that. Going around to a mate's place, taking a 6-pack, something like that. But then coming home and knowing that, okay, you've had your fun. You're going to wake up tomorrow morning. You're going to probably feel like shit, but it's self-induced. And you've got to get back on that bandwagon, and you know, without having leftover alcohol in the house, because I know just as well as any other alcoholic out there that if it's in the house, you're going to drink it. You simply can't say no. There's going to be some trigger. There's going to be something. As strong as you may feel, there is going to be some reason that you're going to use to justify having a drink if it's in the house. That's what's going to happen to me. And so regardless of whether I drink or not over these 90 days, I simply cannot have alcohol in the house. And I cannot have a drink alone. That is something that is just completely off the table. It's not right. That's not what alcohol is made for, but that is the habit that I got into, unfortunately. And in fact, at the end, and probably for the last year or two even, I would rather drink alone than drink with someone else. And that's fucked up because it puts me in a good mood, right? These are the times that I really, really would enjoy social occasions. But it just got to the point where it was just me and the bottle, and that's all I cared about. I just needed to get in that zone. I needed to get in that mood. I needed to push all of my problems to the side for just another day, And another day turned into another week and a month and a year, and here we are. Either way, guys, that's enough from me, and I'll see you tomorrow.